This helicopter ride over Carlisle can only mean one thing. It's time for the Livewires and Ignite vlog. Let's jump right in.
Sardines.
Well, here we are, and another sardines game. Here's Nathan Thompson somewhere out in Carlisle. Can you guess where he is? I've played the video twice for you, because he's filmed it so short. Anyway, can you guess where he is? Good luck, everybody! What up, dogs? Boom! It's time for Average Joe's Average Jokes.
What do you call a pile of kittens? A mutant. What gets wetter the more it dries? A towel.
I don't get it. Average Joe's Average Jokes. Signing out. Boom.
I've got a little quiz for you now. It's got just 3 questions. Are you ready? Question 1. How much do you think someone was willing to spend for a glass that Elvis Presley had drunk half of? Question 2. How much do you think someone was willing to spend for a piece of artwork that existed only in the artist's mind? The last question, question 3. How much do you think someone was willing to spend for a messy bed because it was called modern art? I don't know if you've ever regretted spending your time or money on something, but if I was one of those people who'd spent my money on that, I'd really regret it. And the more that's at stake, the more it's important to know, is it worth it? I doubt your mum would say a messy bed is worth £3 million. In today's story, we're in Daniel chapter 6, and we see Daniel facing a choice with very high stakes, and not just time or money. No, the cost of this choice is potentially his life. Let's go back to the start and see what's happening here. Daniel 6, it seems to start with things looking pretty good for Daniel. We're told in verse 3 that he was doing so well that the king was going to set him over the whole kingdom. But, well, there were some people who were against Daniel and tried to bring him down. They knew that the only way that Daniel would not fully serve the king was if it meant putting him above his God. So they got the king to make a decree saying that anyone who prays to any god or any human being apart from the king during the next 30 days, well, that the penalty for that would be death by being put in a lion's den. Daniel faces a choice. Does he put himself and the king first and choose what would lead to him gaining the whole kingdom but not putting his God first? Or does he choose to risk everything to live for God and put God as number 1? Well, we're told that Daniel went upstairs to his window and prayed 3 times a day, just like he'd done before, just like those who were against him knew he would. And so they found him and took him to the king, and he was charged with breaking this decree. The penalty was death by the lion's den. Here's where the question that we've been thinking about throughout our time in Daniel really becomes important. Is it worth putting God number 1? Will Daniel die and have wasted his life just because he wouldn't put serving God second to the king's commands? Or will it have been worth it? Will God save him and show that he is a God who is worthy of living for? Well, if this was a TV show, it would probably leave us on a bit of a cliffhanger there and say, tune in next week to find out. But thankfully it's not. And I don't know about you, but I really want to know the answer to our question. If you know the story of Daniel, it probably won't be a surprise to you that God rescues Daniel after having been in the lion's den all night. When they take Daniel out in the morning, he's not even got a scratch on him. And we're told it was because he trusted in his God. God saved Daniel from the power of the lions. What an awesome truth this shows us about God. Our God is a God who saves. And actually, as we read more of the Bible, well, that's something that we only see more and more of. In Mark chapter 8, verses 35 and 36, Jesus says this: "Whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul?" Rather than doing what would have made Daniel one of the most powerful in the whole kingdom, but meant putting the king and himself above God, well, Daniel decided to give up not just his power and position, but his very life, and in doing so, God rescued him. In Mark, we see Jesus giving a similar choice. Will we give up living for ourselves and live for God? If so, God promises that he saves. And this isn't just a temporary rescue like Daniel's rescue from the lions. No, the rescue of Daniel points us to the ultimate rescue that God brings in Jesus Christ. We're all on a path that leads to death and to losing everything. But through Jesus, God can save us and move us to a path toward a life, real, lasting, satisfying life forever. This is why this story matters so much when we turn off the vlog this evening. How are you going to respond to what we've seen in Daniel? Well, if you would call yourself a Christian, we can praise God for saving us. And maybe we can think about one area in our lives where we're not putting God number one at the moment. And we need to follow Daniel's example and put God first and not something else. But maybe you wouldn't call yourself a Christian. Could it be that the God that we've seen in Daniel is worth giving our lives to? That's actually what we've been thinking about throughout our time in Daniel, isn't it? In Daniel chapter 2, we saw the God who is ultimately in control through the dream that he gave to King Nebuchadnezzar. In Daniel chapter 3, we saw a God who is the one true God, through how he saved Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego from the fiery furnace they were put into because they didn't bow down to an idol. Last week in Daniel chapter 5, we saw the God who is the judge. And when the next king did not serve God, well, he died. And this week we saw that Daniel, who did choose to serve God, was saved. Throughout Daniel, I see a God who is worth putting number one. What do you see?
Alright guys, Buster here with another round of Buster's Buskin tunes. Guess where I am? As usual, I am only allowed to play choruses, I'm only allowed to sing out of tune, and I'm only allowed to say the first letter of words. Guess the songs. If you can guess the location, they'll help you with the songs. And I've recently been accused of doing too many songs from the 80s by somebody a lot older than me. Anyway, nothing changes. We've got two songs from the 80s tonight and one from the noughties. So here we go. Let's have a go at these. B D I A D M T T F K I T W W I H T G E U L A D T B B T M T Y S H Y L J C U B I T U S A I W B I T U S A I W B I T U S A B I T U S A N. No idea either. Right, let's try this one, this next one. EIIAISIGAPODBIFNY CJWDAMOCNYCDNYINY TSWMYFBNBLWIRILHFNYNY. I could try play it a second time, but it's not going to get better than that. Here we go, last one. SBBMAP DMCTTLBTLWD ATGOBWBWAR STWBTDITD TWBTDITD I think in the history of the vlogs, I think that's possibly the worst Buster the Bust Up Busker ever. But, you know, that's all you're getting. See you later. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. Just a quick notice from me at the end here, and it's a rather sad notice, I'm afraid, and that is that it is time to bring all these vlogs to a finish, to an end. I want to say thank you so much to all of the guys who have helped in making these vlogs in some way or another. It's been a great experience for me to do it, and I've really enjoyed it, and I am absolutely certain that I will regret most of this later in life. It will come back to haunt me. I'm absolutely sure. But that doesn't mean we're ending all our youth work at church. Actually, what it means is there's a season for something new starting. And that is going to be on a Sunday morning. Now, you guys know we have a Sunday morning service every week anyway, which you're more than welcome to come to. But we're going to be adapting it slightly. We're going to be doing 2 services on a Sunday morning. I'm going to be mostly helping out at the one which is going to be at 9 a.m, which is designed for younger folk and their families really to come along to. You'll need to book in online to do that, and you'll need to bring your families with you. But if you are especially one of our younger igniters or one of our Livewires, you will really enjoy coming along to that. So go and book in online at the Carlisle Baptist Church website. From November the 1st, we're going to be starting that at 9 a.m. on Sunday, and we're also going to have an 11 a.m. service, which is generally a little bit over. You older Ignite kids would much prefer the 11 a.m. service, I think, and we'll get a lot out for coming along. So why not come along? Why not book in online and come along to that? And then after half term, we're going to carry on with our Ignite Zoom calls because they've been going really, really well. And we're going to carry on with that. But for you Livewires age group and for you younger Igniters, 9 a.m. Sunday morning at church, it'll be a great time for you to come along and to enjoy some good fun, but as well as getting stuck into God's Word and the truths within it. So that's for after half term, but that just means that these vlogs, they're coming to an end. It's been great to do them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon, either on a Sunday morning or on a Zoom call at some point in the future.
Sardines.
Well, here you go with the answer to Nathan Thompson's Sardine Challenge. As you can see, he is in the underpass near Tully House and Carlisle Castle. Well done to those who guessed it right. Howdy partners! Buster the Buster Busker here, back for your answers in what was possibly the hardest Buster Busker we've ever done. As you may guess from where I am in the great US of A, and all the songs are linked to that. Here we go, let me play them for you, see if you recognise them. Good luck. Born down in a dead man's town, The first kick I took was when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much, till you spend half your life just covering up. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was born in the USA, born in the USA now. There we go. Even if it ain't all it seems, got a pocket full of dreams. Baby, I'm from New York. Concrete jungle, what dreams are made of. There's nothing you can do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it from New York, New York, New York. There you go. It'll be, well, it's easy when you know it. So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee and the levee was dry. Those good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Come on, all together now. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Anyway, there you go. Thankfully, that'll be the last Buster. See you later.